Pop sensation Christina Aguilera. She isn't the girl she used to be. She's wilder, sexier, bearing more than ever before.
Everything's going so good. You're such a success. Why change?
Tonight, her exclusive story.
What kind of fool do you think I am?
The road to stardom. The violence she grew up with at home. And the woman she's turned into.
If they don't like it, they don't have to look at it.
Chris Cuomo, with a superstar who says, what you see is what you get.
When we come back, superstar Christina Aguilera.
Let's get dirty.
When 2020 returns, Christina Aguilera. Now she's bearing her past and her body.
I'm living my life. That's what I'm doing, you know, and I'm doing what I want to do now my way.
Exclusive, honest, uninhibited. Next.
Girls, get your boys, gonna make some
Now, Christina Aguilera. She's one of the hottest young singing sensations around, a role model for millions of teenage girls. Some people say that's the problem. Why? Because the girl next door who climbed to the top has totally changed her image, from sweet and sexy to sizzling and steamy. Why did she do it? And how did she overcome a troubled childhood to become a recording superstar? Chris Cuomo has an exclusive interview with Christina Aguilera. And like the titles of her new songs, her new act is dirty and beautiful.
Christina Aguilera, the little girl with the huge voice, rocketed to the top of the pop music world in 1999, with her first album selling over 12 million copies and winning the Grammy for Best New Artist. Aguilera was celebrated by fans across the world, the picture-perfect all-American girl. But just as she reached the top, the woman who could do this decided to do this. To destroy her squeaky clean image.
They call you the all-American girl. Everything's going so good. You're such a success. Why change?
I'm growing up, just like everybody does.
Quick were critics to condemn the piercings, pictorials, and posturing.
I go back to Christina Aguilera because she's made a decision to appear as a complete slut as a role model.
But Christina says she's no sellout. On the contrary, for the first time, she is refusing to fit the mold.
Well, I mean, if they don't like it, they don't have to look at it. You know, it's just as simple as that.
Growing up in the Rust Belt just outside Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Christina Aguilera's childhood was all about music. Singing would be a sword and shield for this little girl. Her family life was far from perfect. Her mother says she was often the brunt of her husband's violent temper.
It was a very scary time. I used to sleep with mace under my pillow. Christina would whisper every single night, "Mommy, when can we go live to Grandma's? Can't we go tonight?" Broke my heart.
Little Christina would run upstairs, shut the door to that world, and escape to where the hills were alive with the sound of music.
I used to take that soundtrack to the movie up to my room, put in my little boombox, whatever I had, line up my stuffed animals.
She'd twirl around the room and pretend to be Julie Andrews up on the hill.
When Christina was only 5, mother and child fled the violence and moved in with Grandma in Rochester, Pennsylvania. By age 8, Christina had developed her gift and was dominating local talent shows.
Where did all of the physical talent come from at that age? You have the hand going. Even at that age, the hand was going and the body was going. Where'd that come from?
I got into it, I guess. I just really got down.
What kind of fool do you think I am?
Christina wanted more, to sing at the biggest talent show in the world, Star Search.
Please give an international welcome to Christina Aguilera.
A little Shirley Temple living a fairy tale. Christina made it to the final round against the reigning champ.
Champion, once again, Christopher East.
But she lost.
I was upset. I was upset. I'm not gonna lie, you know. I was crying, actually.
I think she was a little ticked off at me because I made her still go over and congratulate him and shake his hand, because I figured if she's gonna be in this business, that's part of the business.
Back at school, there was little consolation. Christina was taunted by other students jealous of her success.
What'd you do this weekend? You know, and I was singing somewhere, but you wouldn't want to speak about it because then somebody would, you know, of course, reject you for it or put you down for it.
I used to tell her there must be a reason behind it. Maybe you're being prepared for something really great.
Mom was right. Magic struck.
The Mickey Mouse Club was the first time where I was around other kids that enjoyed doing the same thing as me.
She was now a featured cast member of the Mickey Mouse Club, teamed with future stars Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake.
I remember Brittany and Christina, they were always inseparable. You know, wherever you wanted to find one, look for the other one.
But that happiness was short-lived.
Now it's time to say goodbye.
After just over a season, the show was canceled.
There's a picture floating around. It was me and Brittany. We're crying like so hard on one of the other Mouseketeers' shoulders.
But Christina and her surrogate sister would grow apart. Brittany would move on with her own career along with Justin, leaving Christina behind. Her career had stalled. Now what?
At last.
The answer would come from record exec Ron Fair. He put Christina on the spot, told the 16-year-old to sing right there in his office.
And she took this athletic stance and a posture and threw her head back and very proudly just, you know, pounded the song into my brain. It was like electrical impulse, like, and I realized, oh my God, I am in the presence of true greatness.
Christina's big break would come in a phone call to Ron Fair from the makers of the animated film Mulan.
I have this really problematic song. It's really rangy, nobody can sing it. The singer has to hit a high E, an octave above middle C in full voice.
Fair told them he knew just the singer.
So I called her up and I said, hey, Christina, can you hit the high E, an octave above middle C in full voice? And she said, Mom, can I hit the high E octave? She wasn't even sure herself.
It's all about one note and being able to hit it.
Christina not only nailed the note, she landed a recording contract with RCA Records. After months in the studio, her first record was finished. She had dreams of being a big-time singer her whole life. Would her new single, Genie in a Bottle, make them all come true?
If you wanna be with me, baby, there's a price to pay.
As soon as it was released, the answer came loud and clear. The album was flying off the shelves, going platinum, selling over 1 million copies in just 4 weeks.
If you wanna be with me, I can make your wish come true.
Was the initial rush of fame and stardom what you expected it to be?
I really had no time to think, you know, whenever it all did explode, because I was just everywhere at once, you know, traveling, living out of a suitcase.
When you get a hit that big, that fast, every kind of media is flying at you, every kind of request.
Everyone wanted to capitalize on the instant success. Christina was living a dream, but working like a dog.
It's waking up at 6, it's getting on a plane, it's going to a radio station and doing an interview, answering the same questions over and over and over. It's photo shoots, working, writing, performing, you know, it's never ending. Any other kid would have folded, would have crawled up in a corner, gotten into fetal position and cried for mommy.
I was being overworked and I was booked for things I didn't even know about. So I had to do these performances hoarse and I, you know, felt on the verge of cracking.
For all the success, Christina Aguilera wasn't happy. It wasn't just the work Christina dreaded, it was the direction. She had been fashioned into a neatly buffed pop princess, and she hated it. The genie was about to come out of the bottle.
2020 returns.
Want to at 21, just like, you know, any other person, you know, wear a short skirt if I want to, or
no skirt.
Next.